How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me, Jason Pizzino, on my YouTube channel where we talk about personal finance and frugally travel related content. But today's video, we're going to go back to the personal finance and dive deeper into the passive income, dividend stocks, anything that we can purchase to produce us an income. Now, I wanted to talk about this today because obviously it's a pretty hot topic when it comes to trying to make a passive income. And I see passive income in a few different ways. And the first being with stocks, the second being with property, the third major one for me at least, which isn't major out there, but it is the YouTube taboo topic of, I'm kidding with you, I'll tell you what it is. It's cryptocurrency. And you may have noticed that the other personal finance vloggers, YouTubers out there, the big guys, not mentioning any names, I love them all, I watch them all the time, they don't talk about cryptocurrency and they tend to shy away from it completely, mostly because they believe that YouTube puts flags on your channel for talking about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, anything of that nature, and it doesn't rank you very well in the search the search bars or anywhere out there on Google. But I think it is a really interesting one to be talking about at this point in time, mainly because you can be buying up some of these cryptos at very cheap prices in comparison to their overvalued prices of late 2017 and early 2018. Why do I want to talk about cryptocurrency as opposed to property or stocks, which are the other two main passive income streams? Obviously, there are many others. You could start your own business, you could have a product that you're selling online, you can have Amazon affiliates, you can have a product that you're selling on Amazon, anything like that. There's a whole list of them out there. Why I'm talking about crypto is because I see it as such an easy way to get into the market with as little influence or distraction from the government as possible. And that is slightly different for the Americans, but obviously there are plenty of Americans in crypto. The US government just makes it that little bit, just one step harder to get in, try and ban a few exchanges. However, there are workarounds. You don't have to be in America to be trading crypto. You could be out of the country and trading crypto, all that sort of stuff. Probably a big one here is that this is not financial advice, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. I am just expressing my opinion when it comes to passive income and why I choose a particular vehicle as opposed to the others. So the point I was making there is that cryptocurrency is an easy one to get into. It's quite a low cost and it just makes life so much easier when you don't have to deal with all of the legislation and everything else that comes across with regulated investments. And I know that is not going to be popular for many, many people. I am just expressing my views and my opinions of the subject. And if you like the sound of it, I would suggest looking further into these sorts of things. And if you don't, and you would prefer to go through the traditional vehicles of going through the stock market or finding a way to buy property shares, and then making an income from that, by all means, that's for you. So how do we make passive income from cryptocurrencies? Now, I'm not talking at all, in no means am I talking about MLMs, multi-level marketing, where they say, hey, put your Bitcoin with us and we'll pay you out daily of X amount of Bitcoin. Every single one of those are a Ponzi scheme, MLM, they are all trash.
No, that's a scam.
That's my opinion, obviously, but I would be very, very wary of those. They can make money for a considerable amount of time, but I just don't think it's worth the risk. And I don't like the sound of something that produces absolutely nothing apart from more and more people putting their money in. Now, it does sound contradictory compared to cryptocurrencies, but hear me out. Some of these cryptos do have value in them. Things like Bitcoin, things like Ethereum, and there are some smaller ones out there which you'll have to do your research on that do provide value to the ecosystem. At the moment, the internet ecosystem. And with those, to earn the passive income, there are several companies that are not MLM Ponzi schemes. They take on the cryptocurrency. You can invest your cryptocurrencies with some of these centralized companies. So there is a point of failure there if that company was to go down. Having said that, you can invest with them, and what they use the cryptocurrency for is to then loan it out at a higher percentage rate to other people who are looking to borrow that crypto for something like leveraged trading. So that is a real example of using the cryptocurrency, them making some money off it, and then giving you some of the profits back in the form of a percentage return, a dividend. It's no different to a stock that's earning you a dividend of 4, 5, 6, 7% per annum. Now these ones are at that 6, 7, maybe 4% per annum. So it's not huge money like the MLM Ponzi schemes, which sometimes offer you up to 100% per annum. That is a red flag. Stay well and truly away from them. There are also decentralized passive income streams with the cryptocurrency where you can stake your Ethereum, for example, with some of the DeFi, decentralized finance projects are going to earn you some sort of percentage rate. It varies day to day, and it will depend on the project that's offering the income, the interest that is. So yeah, it could be a few percent, could be up to 10%, but they are all using the crypto in another format where they would be loaning it out to get another percentage back in return for them, and then obviously sharing some of the profits with you. Essentially, it's acting like a bank, and we put our money in a bank, and our bank loans the money out, makes their return, makes profits for themselves. And what do we get back at this point? Absolutely, pretty much nothing. 0.01% in some cases. So the bank is pocketing all of that profit. The depositor of the cash, us putting the money into the bank, gets almost nothing for our money. You can get high interest rate loans at 2%. Like, that is nothing to be excited about when you factor in inflation. So for me, I don't get excited about that. I'm not interested in those high saving bank accounts. Absolute waste of time in my opinion, especially at a young age when we are trying to grow our wealth. We're not sitting in retirement waiting for death and just hoping to live on 2% for the rest of our lives. You know, we've got $500,000 in the bank, making 2% off that, plus a pension. That is not what we want to do in our young years. We want to go hard and work at it. My opinion. Moving on from that, that is one of the options to use with the cryptocurrencies. And another method to earn passive income with cryptocurrency is through masternodes and with staking. They're very similar setups, and some of the cryptocurrencies are much easier to set up in these formats than others. Personally, you've probably seen on my channel, I like the look of Zen and Bitcoin Green. However, Bitcoin Green's not doing so well at the moment. Enough said about that. However, Zen, on the other hand, is doing quite well from its lows. It's up nearly 4 times from where it was at $3 now to $11. And those ones are still earning a reasonable income of between 15 and 25% per annum. That does drop over the years as more people buying into the ecosphere of Zen, Horizon, and more people setting up nodes. So that lowers the return. So the early investors of a project like Horizon get the higher interest rates for securing the network with locking up some of the coins, and the nodes then process the transactions so that it keeps the network safe, so that we are relying on the ledgers and just seeing that everything is kept in order. That's what the nodes are there to do. That's what we do when we stake a number of the Zen, and we get a reward for that. And the reward, as I just mentioned, at the moment is somewhere between 15 and 25%, depending on the level of node that you are locking up. So those get me excited as an investment. I've done my research on which projects I like the look of, and I highly suggest that you guys do the same if you're interested in this. What I do want to say next is around dividend stocks. A huge concern for people when it comes to cryptocurrency is the volatility and the risk. Firstly, I'll address the risk, which I've done so in many other videos. When it comes to risk, if you know more about the subject that you are investing in or that you're wanting to play in, that reduces the risk because you're understanding what you're doing. Risk is high when you don't understand what you're doing, as opposed to volatility where that fluctuates. Volatility just depends at what point the market's in. Currently, Bitcoin is not highly volatile at this stage compared to its high volatile stages. And you can see this on a chart just by putting in a volatility index. And you can check from late 2017 to early 2018, and you can see the volatility was massive compared to what it is now, and then compared to low volatility Bitcoin back in January, February, March time of 2019, when it was at its lows around 3,000 to 4,000. That is low volatility, and you can't really predict the volatility of the market. That is also applicable to the stock market, NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones. All these stock markets can be highly volatile. So when people are worried about cryptocurrency being volatile as opposed to then wanting to go and invest in the stocks, they're both volatile. One just can be more volatile than another, meaning it can go up higher, but it can also come down more. And that is because one is more liquid than another. Cryptocurrency is less liquid than the traditional stock market. Therefore, you're going to have smaller swings in a stock market, meaning you're going to have shorter rises and shorter falls in comparison to cryptocurrency, whereas cryptocurrency is going up 2,000%, 20x, it's going up 30x, it's going up 10x. But then it can come down 80%, 90%. In some of the really shithouse cryptocurrencies, it can come down 95, 99%. So that is where the risk meets the volatility, and the risk is you've got to understand what you're investing in, and then the volatility is just the timing of the cycle, the timing of the market. Is it a volatile time in the market, or is it a less volatile time in the market? So that, for me, clears off the discrepancy between one is better than another when it comes to volatility and risk. Stock market and cryptocurrency markets are essentially, in my opinion, up to the user. You got to understand what risk it is, what risk you are prepared to take, and the timing of the market. Is it a volatile market at the moment or less volatile? So having explained the volatility and the risk and taken those both into consideration when comparing the stock market and the cryptocurrency market, it makes it an easier investment for me to be in cryptocurrency as opposed to the stock market. For one, there's a lower barrier to entry when you get into cryptocurrency, and there's a potential higher return because of the illiquidity compared to the stock market. When it comes to the dividends, many of these crypto you could get 10%, 15%, 6%. That's also depending on if you are going to invest in an interest-paying platform that uses the cryptocurrency to then lend out at a higher rate. So you've also got that option, which essentially is getting your interest back just like a dividend-paying share. The bonus to the cryptocurrency, of course, from my opinion, is that the cryptocurrency does have the potential to rise at a higher rate and possibly go up, more multiples than a stock. So I really like the look of that. Plus, I can get my few percent on the cryptocurrency if I'm in, getting a node or staking the coin or putting it into a financial platform that is going to pay me out interest. I don't see those as different to someone buying a dividend stock, holding that stock, getting the dividend quarterly, 5% per annum, and then just taking the risk of the stock market going up or down. The stock could drop 40%, as we've seen in the last couple of years with Facebook, Amazon crashing, but then obviously they've recovered as well. They've also gone up 3 times, 4 times their value, even more. So they've got to be played off each other, and for me, cryptocurrency is much easier. I think it isn't talked about as much because of the YouTube taboo subject that it is. And it's often only talked about when it's in fashion to make a video on it. If it's not trending, the video isn't going to get a lot of views and people aren't going to be interested. They're not going to be searching for the topic, which is why I probably titled this video something around the dividend stocks or, making passive income, because no one is searching crypto at this point. Crypto is quite low, like it was back in 2015, 2016, when it was at its lows in the market. But late 2017 and early 2018, it was at all-time highs of searchability on Google and YouTube. But that was the top of the market. Now are the times when we should be looking at these things, at least if that's something that we are interested in, and we kind of understand that you need to be investing at the lows and selling at the highs. So when the hype is out there, that's when we sell, and now when no one's talking about it, that's when we buy. This is what the investment game is. I'm prepared to play it. I hope you are too. And if you are, stick around on the channel, subscribe down below for more personal finance and frugal traveling videos coming up. I'll be heading to Europe in a few months. So yeah, stick around. If you like the video, remember to like it down below. Comment, let me know what your strategies are, if you're willing to dive that deep into your own personal finance. And tell me about your thoughts on crypto and the stock market down below. Check out the description. A few other links in there. I'll see you guys at the next video. If you want to touch base, I'm also on Instagram. Thank you guys who have found me over there and messaged me privately. Always good to connect with you guys. I'll leave it there. Thank you again for joining me. Remember, until next time, take care, have fun to get more done. Peace out. One last thing before I go, and I completely forget about all of these sales pitches, which is why I've left it till the end. I'm talking about Crypto.com. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos. That is one of the platforms that you can invest your cryptocurrency on. It is centralized. I'm prepared to take that risk because I think the company is going places and I like the look of them over the next several years. They are the real groundbreakers through the cryptocurrency world, getting crypto connected with fiat. I've got a link down below. It is an affiliate link. If you sign up and stake 500 MCO, you get $50 US worth and I get $50 US worth. It's a great way to start. I've mentioned it before, I'm getting 6 to 12% per annum on some of the cryptos on there. So that is one method that you can use to earn a passive income through cryptocurrency. So I thought I'd leave it there. Link is below for that one. Let me know if you've got any questions on it too. I'll see you at the next video.